What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mag. So here we go, back to Premier League action after that midweek game against Benfica at St James's, of course. 3-0 win against Jose Mourinho's side, and we are coming at this one on high confidence, of course. 50,000 plus fans in the ground, of course, as well for this one, and 3 points to fight for. Proper old school Saturday football as well. No cameras, no glamour, just two teams fighting it out for all the points. And of course, looking at it, this is going to be an interesting game. A quick reminder as well for anybody from the UK like myself, the clocks go back on Sunday, so if we get the win, that's an extra hour of celebration to enjoy. Looking at the teams going into it, of course, we are currently 14th in the league. Fulham are currently behind us in 15th place. At the moment, Fulham, like I say, aren't doing really well at all. They have literally lost 3 on the bounce, and it's been tough for Fulham this season. They've only got 8 points out of 8 games played. So looking at their team as well, their confidence is really on the floor at the moment. They've got a full treatment room of players as well, with Robinson injured, Anderson, Luka, Chukwueze and Muniz all out. Tom Kearney's a doubt as well, so that's a big one for them. They're going to be patched up, but don't expect them to just roll over. Of course, we're going to still have to fight for this win, and Marco Silva's side had a full week to prepare as well for this one, as of course they don't play in Europe. And his teams are always compact, organised and dangerous if you switch off. Just look at last season when we played them. Of course, we were on the end of a 2-1 loss last season. The season before that, however, we did see ourselves win 3-0 with goals from Miley, Miggy and Dan Burn, and that's the kind of performance, you know, we need to be replicating again. A fast start, set the tone, don't give Fulham an inch. And looking at our team news going into it, of course, Eddie was speaking today to the media, and he confirmed that Sandro Tonali is still unwell, could miss out again. But the big story is his new contract extension. Eddie, of course, giving his thoughts on that and saying, you know, that was huge news for the club, and it's a stability and a belief and a clear sign that the project's building long term as well going forward. And then he also touched on, you know, the injuries on our side as well, with Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento still on the comeback trail, both expected back next month. And Jamal Lascelles, of course, is available again after missing the European tie. Big boost at the back, of course, for the come off of the bench if we do need him. But looking at the form, the history going into this one, you know, this is going to be a really interesting game, and it is going to be a tight game. We've got Bruno pulling the strings all season long. Anthony Gordon looks like he's absolutely on fire again. Forward in Nicky Pope, I mean, he had one hell of a midweek game against Benfica, a clean sheet and an assist in the Champions League. Only the second English goalkeeper to do that in the Champions League. Guess who the other one is? If you've seen me social medias, you'll already know. But he did play at Newcastle United. I'll tell you who it is at the end of the video. But this consistency needs to keep going. We need to kick into it now. We need to start building up the points in the Premier League. We're doing absolutely amazing in Europe. But if we can build them points up and start showing the performances that we're showing in Europe in the Premier League, which we are doing, we're just not finding it in that final third at the moment. And I think if we can get that to click, then of course we will start building them points very quickly. Looking at the ref going into this one, I don't understand this one at all. Tony Harrington has been selected as the referee. First time he's had us this season as an official. And of course, the last time he was the official, he was officiating over the 1-0 game against Everton last year. And I mean, let's just hope he keeps his whistle tucked away, because he just didn't let that game flow at all. He just constantly kept interfering in the game, and with the way we play, the tempo, you know, the way we go about games as well, you know, we need to be able to just let the game flow. And having a Mackham as well in as the referee is a bit of a sketchy one, I've got to say. That is strange that they've allowed that to happen. And looking at it, for me, you know, it's simple. We just have to keep the high intensity, press early, get the first goal, and then let, you know, St James's do the job as always. You know, Fulham will obviously fight, but at the end of the day, they'll try to frustrate us, and they'll try to come here and cause an upset. But it's up to us to move the ball around like we did against Benfica. You know, show that, you know, this is another step in the right direction, hopefully, and another, you know, win in the bag for it. And, you know, let us know what you think down in the comments below. I'm backing us to get it done here. I know Eddie and the lads can do this, and I'm going to predict we're to come away 2-0 winners in this game. Possibly Gordon getting on the score sheet once again with the form that he's in. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And Nick Faltamara getting another goal as well. That lad is absolutely amazing, and the more goals he gets, the more confidence he gets, and the better his game will become. And he's already really good to begin with. And like I promised, I would tell you who that other goalkeeper was, and it was former Newcastle United goalkeeper Fraser Foster, and he did it back in 2012 when he was, of course, the goalkeeper at Celtic in the game against Barcelona back in 2012. He is the only other goalkeeper to get an assist in the Champions League, just like Nicky Pope, but I think he did it with a kick and not a throw. So I don't know if you want to say that Nicky's was the better assist. I probably would say so, being that it was a 65-yard throw. And just to put that in simple terms, if you know NFL, 65-yard throw is a pretty long throw up the field. That is literally nigh on half of the field, if not a little bit over half of the field. So that is a pretty long throw. But anyway, let us know your predictions down below. Remember, hit that like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the match reaction. However, lads.